At a time when the western wildfires and southern floods have combined with the COVID pandemic to put thousands of people in need of assistance, it takes someone special to warrant an immediate call to action. Someone whose 40-some-year history of public and community service includes multiple first responder commendations, as well as the gratitude of us here at All Nations Int'l, and someone who, by helping him, you'll be helping the thousands of others out there who may come to need the help of this truly unique person, including yourself. So please just take 3 short minutes to watch the story of our brother, Jonathan Ames, and how he, since his diagnosis of cancer, needs our help. Almost 35 years ago, a young man sat down to his Sunday morning cup of coffee, opened the newspaper, and began to read a story about how the city had decided to evict us from our property in just 30 days. Now, this property was no valuable downtown urban property that the city had other plans for, but rather just desert scrubland that we'd leased from them for almost 50 years, and improved to help feed, clothe, and many times house the area's underprivileged families. And it was also a property that served as a base from which we'd been collecting, packaging, and distributing hundreds of thousands of pounds of donated food every year to the disadvantaged throughout the entire Southland. Now, at the time, our ministry, Summer Haven, was just a small ministry, and quite frankly, we had no idea what to do. So when this young man showed up on our doorstep the very next morning offering to help us for free, well, as you might expect, for us it was a godsend. And for the next 6 months, this man waged a one-man, pro bono legal war against a government bureaucracy that, in the end, not only stopped the ministry's eviction, but also showed that, through little-remembered statutes and long-lost ordinances, and almost half a decade of accrued relocation assistance and penalties, the city actually owed the ministry almost 3 times what it was offering us to move. Money that, in the end, went to build us into what we are today, All Nations Int'l, with a humanitarian footprint in more than 100 nations. And his giving didn't stop there, because for every year for the next 20 years, this man continued to show up at our doorstep every Christmas morning with sacks full of presents, each one wrapped and personally addressed to the children of the disadvantaged families that we served. But the ministry's been just one part of this man's generosity. When you add in the hundreds of hours he's volunteered through Angel Flight, flying dozens of children who need specialized treatments and their families to hospitals nationwide when they couldn't otherwise afford the travel, his years of public service to the city of Los Angeles and its residents as director and chief pilot for the Emergency Air Response Unit, his fundraising and physical support of the homeless through the Union Rescue Mission, and other community outreach programs, his dedication to providing escort services to our fallen soldiers through Patriot Guard Riders, and 1,000 other quiet acts of kindness he's shown to countless others in their time of need. And it's pretty easy to see that this man has been on the giving side of community service as relatively few others have. But earlier this year, all that changed with the diagnosis of cancer. Small cell squamous head and neck cancer, to be exact. And now this man finds himself in a place where he needs help. Thankfully, his insurance has covered the bulk of the costs of the first round of treatments, but the deductibles and out-of-network costs, well, they have really added up, and so we're asking you to please donate whatever you can to a man who's, for more than 40 years we know of, truly been the very face of compassion and community service. May God bless you, and God bless your family in these very difficult times.